Hi everyone, this is my first video in a series on Canadian government, and this video is on how Canadian government works and more especially prorogation dissolution. Let me begin by saying that prorogation has been receiving a lot of press recently, and a lot of people are very concerned that, first of all, the government has this power, and second of all, that it's done. In recently by Prime Minister Harper. Let me say that I'm not really concerned that the government has this power. It's a royal prerogative of the government. It has always been that way, and for the most part, it has worked very well. I'm more concerned with the fact that people don't understand what's going on. So that's why I'm making these videos. This video hopefully explains prorogation dissolution. The current government is very good at making people think our constitution is something it's not. Great example of this was the recent Afghan detainee issue, where the government told the public that Parliament did not have the right to have documents produced. That is an undoubted right of Parliament, that has been an undoubted right of Parliament for hundreds of years. And even though a document is classified, doesn't mean that Parliament doesn't have the right to review it and see what it is. Harper has also done the same thing in regards to the current issue of the Prime Minister's office. He has told people that he was elected Prime Minister, which isn't completely true. The Prime Minister is one MP out of 308. The Prime Minister is the leader of a party who was chosen by his party to be their leader. And if the leader of the party has more seats than anyone else does in the House of Commons, that leader, at the invitation of the Governor General, becomes Prime Minister. It's very similar with prorogation dissolution. I wanted to explain the concepts of prorogation dissolution. Prorogation and dissolution are two very similar concepts in regards to parliamentary session. Parliament meets in sessions. Every parliament in the world meets in sessions. In Canada, we open our session with what's called the Speech from the Throne, which outlines the government's agenda for that session, and we close our session in what's called dissolution, which is the ending of a parliament and calling of the election, or prorogation, which is the ending of the parliamentary session and the beginning of a new one. During prorogation, there is a period where the Commons doesn't meet. Usually that period is very short. In this case, it's one of the longer periods we've seen in recent history, after one of the shortest sessions in recent history. A parliamentary session in the last 20 years have usually done around 168 days. This one was ended after about 128 days. So it's definitely shorter than the average. Usually there's a point where there's not a lot of bills left. This one, there's quite a few bills which died, what we call died on the order paper, or was discontinued when Parliament was prorogued. Proroguing can be done one of two ways. It can be done by a proclamation issued by the Governor General, or it can be done by the Governor General in the Senate chamber reading a little speech. But my point is that people need to start knowing what they're talking about. There's a lot of good resources you can use. This series, I hope to let people, answer people's questions about Canadian government, how Parliament works, and don't feel that it would necessarily be focused on the Canadian government. My specialty is local government, in fact, so municipal elections are coming up in Ontario, so I might do something on that. I might do something on provincial government. So if you have a question that you want me to answer in regards to government, just message me. And I hope you learned something by this video. Thank you.